How's spring going so far?
Oh, it's going good. I'm blessed with the opportunity to come back for another year under Coach Smith and Coach Hawk, and just want to take advantage of everything that's being taught. And I'm an older guy, so just try to lean on some of the younger guys, and show, teach them what I've been through in college, and spread my knowledge. So it's been going good so far.
Was there any question that you were not going to come back at all? You know what I mean?
No, not really. Once that injury happened, first week, and it was thrown up in the air of my timeline and whether I would come back, sooner or later with the type of injury that I had. So it's just a blessing from God that I was allowed to come back and get a full year to focus on my health. And
I was going to say, with how early it was it how much felt unfulfilled maybe for you? Because you came in with pretty high expectations last year.
Yes, I mean, when I first got here, I had an injury, adversity. The second year, same thing, first game, adversity. I mean, God makes everything happen for a reason. So, you can't sit there and just be down on yourself, because I'm blessed. A lot of people want to be in my shoes. It's how you go about it, and what you're going to do the next day. Is you're going to sit there and power. You're going to get up and, make something about it. So I'm just happy to be here right now again.
What did you focus on in the offseason in terms of your training?
Yes, so one thing I did was with Nick. I've been getting with Nick, the nutritionist. He's been doing a good job. I'm a little bit heavier, I'm a little bit bigger, faster, feel stronger. So my main thing is doing the little things that's off the field to stay healthy, whether that's my eating habits, my hydrations, how much I'm weighing, just focus on the things that, not particularly just football, the things that go with football. So that's one of the key things that's been helping me the offseason, nutrition.
Given how the first couple of years went for you, could you sort of speak to your hunger, I guess, to have a normal full year and be able to showcase, your abilities?
Yeah, deep down inside, everybody want to go out there and ball when they get that opportunity. It's just what you're going to do with that opportunity. Unfortunately, I got injured. It is what it is. It's in the past, but I'm just blessed to be here again. So,
you mentioned the younger guys. I'm curious what you've seen from all those and maybe some of the names that have flashed to you.
Yeah, we brought in Rodney, we brought in Amari, Evan. We brought in a lot of guys. Krishan, big play, we call him big play, and they add some depth to our room. And I like what we see. We got some, every time we go out there, whether it's I'm in, Nick Martian, you got Nick coming back, it definitely brings a different model to the room, I would say. Whether it's speed, whether it's route running, whether it's taking them deep, whether it's, snapping them off. I definitely like the room and the way that we headed right now, especially with Coach Hawk leading us in regards to getting us ready for that Big Ten mentality. So,
why do you call Krishan Big Play?
That's the nickname that he came in with. So, he was making a lot of plays at Kent State now, and we hoping that he come here and do the same thing here. So,
is the idea hopefully you guys present sort of more threats across the formation with these different body types and skill sets that you can roll out there alongside Nick?
Most definitely. You got Nick outside. Who had a good year last year for him to be a standout freshman. We got big hopes for him. Adding Amari, adding Rod, who had a big year as well. Adding Evan, who got good size on the outside. So we definitely got some guys that can fit in and play outside, play inside, and moving around and try to disguise and pick apart the defense. So that's what we like it so far in the room.
It feels like Rodney's a good example of it, but the guys who came in the transfer portal came from all sorts of different backgrounds, all sorts of levels of football, and I'm curious, when you guys are looking at the roster, like, okay, we gained, so-and-so, the whole list, was that surprising to you?
When you add guys, it's surprising, but when we came in and the way we glued together and the way we support each other was just different, Coach Hawk emphasizes being our biggest cheerleader. And that's what we do in practice. We go out there, if it's their rep, we got to make sure that we know that we are behind them no matter what. If they make a mistake, we got to make sure, if Coach Hawk don't see it, it's our job to emphasize it and let them know that you made a mistake. If you made a good play, we're going to emphasize that you made a good play. So we just being there for each other, regardless of how deep the room is. We are brothers. We all in this together. And if we want to win a Big Ten championship, we all got to do it together. It's not going to be one player.
I think more so the level of, you get guys from Big Ten schools, you got guys from junior colleges, D2.
D2.
There's so many levels that you drew from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It happens like that. You got guys that's in D2 that make it to the league. You got guys that come from D2 like Rod, come out here and show what he can do. So it's always them type of sleeper guys in this game of football. So we blessed to have Rod here and some of them other guys. So
how different is Nick now, do you think, even from September of last year?
I would say just more being a leader. You're not a little freshman no more. So come out here. He's more vocal for sure. He definitely talks to the team, talks to the O-line, even talks to the defense. With him being a second-year guy in his offense, he knows the offense. Whether we want to put him on an X position, we want to put him in a Z position, or even in the slot, he knows it. So just him being comfortable in regards of what the offense looks like, with the detail. This is a detail-driven offense, and, he got it to a T right now.
So when did you get back up to full gear, full health? Around what time?
Towards the end of the year, I would say, one of the last few games, with my type of injury, I kind of healed faster than what people thought I would. And in regards of me being safe and smart with the type of injury that I had, they wanted to make sure that I didn't go out there and do anything to, postpone me being healthy. So,
Can you put into words your hunger level this year?
so it's through the roof, for sure. It's through the roof, but right now you just got to take a day at a time, wake up, let my feet hit the ground, take advantage of what's in front of me, take in all the notes, take in all the information that Coach Hawk give me, and just go out there and work.
On the defensive side of the ball, anyone over there caught your eye?
Yeah, everybody. We got some leaders over here. We got Jay Hall, we got Nakai. You guys just talked to one of the safeties. So we got some guys over there. Our D-line looking good. You got Quindarius. You got a lot of guys on the defensive side that's flying around. We compete, whether it's red zone, it's third down, or it's blitz period. So it's definitely competing on both sides of the ball.
The guys you match up with, new faces, corners.
What we got? We got Josh. We got Josh at corner. You got.
What do you think about him?
He's a long corner. Long corners that can run is always a problem. So he's coming from Texas State, I believe, and bringing that mentality of that hunger, coming from Texas State to Michigan State, of wanting to prove that he could play at this level. Because I know he was at Oklahoma previously before being at Texas State. So that hunger is going to show when he get on that field and that excitement. So I've been looking pretty good.
Sounds like there's already been some improvement with Aiden. Have you kind of noticed that so far?
Yes, most definitely. Aiden is a character. He's a great guy to be around. Whether it's a serious moment or it's a playful moment, he's going to be himself. And that's one thing we love about him. When it's time to lock in and make that play, he's gonna buckle up and make sure that we make it happen. So he's definitely been more vocal this year. I would say he's more comfortable in regards to knowing the players that's around him. He's been doing a good job of knowing everybody's names, talking to everybody. If somebody makes a good play, whether it's defense or offense, he's gonna go shake their hand. So definitely a big difference than last year.
That
How about
authenticity.
I'll say, how about Alessio? We've heard a little bit about him this spring. You notice anything from him?
Yeah, Alessio has been more vocal as well. He Chicago guy as well, just like me. So, off season we was working out with each other. I know there's a difference in just his footwork and his, he got an arm on him. He got a strong arm, so he's definitely taking some strides.
I think somebody said he just is very even keeled, doesn't.
He's calm, very poised, very, very calm and collective, I would say, so.
That authenticity side with Aiden, his ability to kind of adapt to these moments, how crucial is that for his leadership this season when, being QB1, being that guy for this program? He's going to need that.
I would say it's very, very crucial because you never know how the game is going to go. Momentum shifts in games. Whether it's you need to be vocal at this moment, you need to be vocal. Whether you need to keep everybody calm at this moment, you got to keep everybody calm. So he's been doing a good job in adjusting because Coach Smith does a good job in putting us in moments in practice to simulate the game. So I feel like with him simulate the game, it'll trans over.
We heard Coach Lindman the other day talk about Charles tackling. Is there anything specific that stood out with him?
Yeah, he can run. He can run. He's a long guy that can run and got good hands. And he's a young guy. He's gonna have some of them young guy mentalities and some of that young guy technique. And Coach Hawk is doing a good job in regards of getting him ready and sharpening his new tools that might have worked in high school that might not work in college. So he's definitely been opening some eyes in regards of his speed and what he could bring to the game right now. So.
Year 2 in the system, does that allow you to move around a little bit, or are you mostly in the slot?
Excuse me?
Year 2 in the system for you, does that allow you to move around a little bit, or are you mostly working in the slot?
Oh yeah, I can move around a little bit. Year two definitely playbook the same. Even though I'm more comfortable, more confident in regards of my assignment. Now I can focus on looking at the defense and what coverage they in and how to attack a guy. So definitely.
You say slot's still your main
Yes.
position now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you doing both returns right now? Or?
Yeah, we're working on punt return as we speak. So yes, sir.
That's obviously something that every team wants to get more of.
Yes, sir.
What allows you to do that? Because I think when you went, that was one of the things that I think last year we thought it was going to be one of your calling cards was to get hurt.
Yes, sir. I mean, last year we had a meeting today that, you know, we was lacking a dynamic returner. You know, and you know, as a returner, you want to be that guy. You want to work. So Coach KB and Coach Hawk is gonna, you know, work with us to make sure that we develop regardless of who that dynamic returner is. Because we got a bunch of guys that can get back there and go at it. It's just who's the right fit for us. So yes, sir.
Dynamic isn't like being able to read what's coming at you when you're returning, or like, can you describe?
Dynamic as in game changer. Dynamic as in get the ball back. The first thing for a returner is to catch the ball, and that could be a dynamic play, is field position. So if we can get the field position and catch the ball and get positive 10 yards on every return, then that would set up a good job for the offense. So that's what I mean by dynamic.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.